Hello, dear students. I welcome you all in the third and the last part of the lesson, The Cop and the Anthem. But before we go to the last part, let's recap on first two parts in a brief notes. Soapy's attempts to get into the prison again. This is what the lesson is all about. First attempt, when he tried to enter in a luxurious restaurant, but the waiter saw his torn pant and pushed him outside. Second attempt, when he threw a stone at the glass window and waited there so that the cop would arrest him, but the cop even refused him as a clue. Third attempt, which was again a funny attempt, when he entered in a cheaper restaurant unopposed, ate there at his will, and refused to pay. He was expecting that the hotel waiters would call the police, but again to his dismay, they beat him and threw out of the hotel without calling the cops. Fourth attempt, when he saw a cop started he started misbehaving by dancing and shouting, but the cop mistook him as a student and ignored his nonsense activities. Fifth attempt, when he stole the umbrella of a man at cigar shop intentionally so that the man would call the cop, but the man was not the owner of that umbrella, so he gave it to Soapy. So these five attempts were failed, and sixth attempt we will see in the remaining part. All the attempts to get back into the prison were failed badly. Soapy was unlucky to fulfill his strange dream each and every time. Now see this part. At length, Soapy reached one of the avenues to the east where the glitter and turmoil was but faint. He dragged himself toward Madison Square, for the homing instinct survives even when the home is a park bench. So, out of sadness, he decided to go back to Madison Square, where in that park his bench was not there. As he was homeless, he used to sleep on a park bench. So he was heading towards them. So it was in vain, in a short sense. But on an unusually quiet corner, Soapy came to stand still. But suddenly things were different. Now see what happened here. He came to a quiet corner where he stood like a statue. Here was an old church, quaint and rambling and gabled, very attractive, unusual, old fashioned, and irregularly spread kind of church. Through one violet stained window, a soft light glowed, where no doubt the against loitered over the keys, making sure of his mastery of the coming Sabbath anthem. And for the first time, we got the reference of anthem in this particular lesson. We were dealing with cops up to here. So first part of the title we were dealing with. Now the second part and the most important part, one can say. So here is the anthem, the reference of anthem. Soapy heard the anthem uh, which was coming from that old, decent, nice church, very quiet place. For there drifted out to Soapy's ears sweet music that caught and held him transfixed against the convolutions of the iron fence. So he was waiting there outside the church near the fence. He heard the music, sweet music of anthem, and he stood like a statue there. It was so nice anthem. The moon was above. It was night time. The moon was above, full and radiant. Vehicles and pedestrians were few. Sparrows twittered sleepily. In the eaves, for a little while, the scene might have been a country churchyard, and the anthem that the organist played cemented Soapy to the iron fence, for he had known it well in the days when his life contained such things as mothers and roses and ambitions and friends and immaculate thoughts and collars. So that anthem reminded him of his golden days when he had his family, when his life was with full of joy, full of things were there, and that anthem reminded him of his you know, old but good days, good old days. One can say. The conjunction of Sophie's receptive state of mind and the influences about the old church brought a sudden and wonderful change in his soul. So that music, that anthem, changed his mind. Up to here, what we have seen, Sophie was trying to get back into the jail because there wasn't anything in his life. There was no family, there was no food, there was no shelter, and all that. So he was in search of a place where he could have all those things, and for him, prison was the only time. At length, Sophie reached one of. So one and all, we can say that Sophie was thinking about his past. He would pull himself out of the mire and would make a man of himself again. He would conquer the evil that had enslaved him. So one can say that his past was good. He was a good man, but due to some circumstances of his life, he was in prison. He lost his family, he lost all his people, and that is why he lost the faith in the life. And that is why he wanted to get back into the jail to survive. There was time. He was young yet. He would resurrect his old eager ambitions. So one can say that he was an ambitious person and pursue them without faltering. Now this time he decided to do something better like the past. So last few moments or last few hours were like bad dreams for him. This anthem changed him completely, where he decided to be someone with some ambition, someone with some aspirations and some good things. Though solemn means nice, but sweet organ notes had set up revelation in him. So those sweet music notes changed him or his mind from an evil person to a good person. And that is the power of anthem, that is the power of music. Tomorrow, he would go into the roaring downtown district and find work. Up to here, what he was trying to do? He was trying to do nothing and to get back into the prison for food, shelter and clothes. But now, after listening to that anthem, he decided to do something else. He decided to start it over again. And he decided that tomorrow he would go to the town and he will find some work. A fur importer had once offered him a place as driver. So, means one can say that he was a driver. He would be somebody in the world. He would. Then he thought about all those things and he decided to be someone respected in his life. Sophie felt a hand laid on arm, and all that time he was thinking all those things. Suddenly, a hand laid on his shoulder, and see what happened. He looked quickly around into the impassive face of a policeman. So there was the policeman. Up to here, Sophie was in search of policeman. For the first time, policeman came to him, and see what happened. What are you doing here? Asked the officer. Nothing, said Sophie. Then come along, said the policeman. Sophie was trying to get back into the jail from the beginning, and now he decided to be a good man again. He decided to fight against all difficulties of his life, odd things of his life, and suddenly he saw a policeman who asked him about his presence there. And Soapy said nothing. He said nothing. Then come along, said the policeman. The policeman took him to the police station. 3 months on the island, said the magistrate in the police court the next morning. And Soapy was sentenced for 3 months on the island in the prison by the magistrate in the police court next morning. So we can say that there is some different end to this story. He made 5 to 6 attempts to get back into the jail, but all those were fruitless. First time when he heard that anthem, that sweet music of anthem, he decided to do something better in his life. He decided to earn respect from the society, and suddenly the policeman took him to the jail, and the story ends with some tragic or somewhat unusual end. So dear students, we can say that this story is about a man who wanted to go back into the jail as he considered his life as meaningless thing. But suddenly, after making so many attempts, when he was failed in his wish to go back into the jail, he came to a church where he heard some sweet anthem, and that anthem changed his mind from a criminal to a good person, and he decided to be a good man from the next day. And suddenly the policeman came and took him to the police station, and the magistrate ordered him magistrate sentenced him for 3 months imprisonment. So this is about the story. Now I would like to tell you something. Now, why that man changed his mind? Because of motivation. We discussed in the first part what is the difference between inspiration and motivation. Motivation is something which comes from within. Now with this story, I would like to share a small story with you about motivation. I hope this story will help you. Along with this cop and anthem, I would like to share a small story of a boy, and definitely this is going to help you in your life. Now listen it carefully, and we will end this lecture and the lesson with this story only. See, it is about internal motivation. There was a young boy who came regularly to soccer practice but never made it to the starting team, playing 11 you can say. While he was practicing, his father would sit at the far end of the field waiting for him. So his father used to wait for him outside the ground. The matches began, and for 4 days the boy didn't show up for practice or the quarter or semi-finals. So the boy did not come when the matches started. He appeared for the final game, and suddenly he came for the final match. Went to the coach and said, "Coach, you have always kept me in the reserves and never let me play in the games. But today, please let me play." Are you getting what is the thing? The boy requested the coach to allow him to play in the playing team, because coach always kept that boy in reserve. The coach said, "Son, I'm sorry. I can't let you. There are better players than you, and besides, it is the finals. The reputation of the school is at stake, and I cannot take the chance on you." So coach refused his offer. He said, "You are not the best player, or not amongst the best players. Because there are better players, I can't give you chance to play in the 11, as you were absent for some practice sessions as well, and there were certain better players than that boy as well." The boy pleaded, the boy requested, "Coach, I promise I will not let you down. I beg of you, please let me play." The coach never ever seen the boy plead like this before. He said, "Okay, son, go play. But remember, I'm going against my better judgment, and the reputation of the school is at stake. Don't let me down. The game started, and the boy played like a house on fire. Every time he got the ball, he shot a goal. Needless to say, he was the star of the game. His team had a spectacular win. When the game finished, the coach went up to him and said, "Son, how could I have been so wrong? I have never seen you play like this before. What happened? How did you play so well?" The boy replied. But before that reply, do you remember what did the coach said? That there were better players than him, and the boy was always kept in the reserve. For the first time, he got the chance to play for the team, and he scored the goal every time he got the ball. And his father used to come and sit near the, you can say, ground. The boy replied, "Coach, my father is watching me today. My father is watching me today." The coach turned and looked at the place where the boy's father used to sit. Yes, his father used to sit at a certain place. There was no one there, but his father was not there. He said, "Son, your father used to sit there when you came for practice, but I don't see anyone there today." The boy replied, now this is important, "Coach, there is something I never told you. My father was blind. Just 4 days ago, he died. Today is the first day he is watching me from above, from heaven." Yes, internal motivation comes from within. Internal motivation you can't get from outside sources. It is from within. I hope you like this story. Thank you so much.